Hey everybody, today on Political Access, we're going to take a look at some swing state polling, and we've got a recent one here from Morning Consult, or Morning Consult, however you want to say it, and we've got to take a look at this because they do poll the 7 states that are going to be up for grabs next year. Across all the states, they polled over 5,000 registered voters. In each state, the sample size was about 7 to 800. Nevada was closer to 500, and this was taken about 2 weeks ago. And this is really where the entire election is going to be won or lost. Of course, the caveat is it's more than a year out, a lot can change, but the two takeaways are voters trust Trump more on the economy and suburban women are favoring Biden. So let's look at these states. The 7 in question are Nevada, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, North Carolina, Arizona, and Georgia. I don't think there's going to be much disagreement about those being the key states, but across all those states, Trump is ahead 47 to 43. Apparently the margin of error across all of those states is 1 point. That does seem a little bit low, only 1 point. Across the individual states, it's going to be higher. We'll look at these states in a couple of minutes, but right now Trump is leading in 5 of the 7 states. Michigan is tied. Nevada, Biden is ahead. Now, of those swing state voters, 51% say the national economy was better off during the Trump administration. Similar numbers say they would trust Trump over Biden on the economy going forward, 49 to 35. And with independents, those are a key voting bloc. Trump is winning those by a massive 22-point margin. Even if maybe this poll is off or they oversampled Republicans, you're not going to make up a 22-point deficit with independents. Now, that is just on the economy. Now, there is a quote here that says right now Biden is not getting credit for any work he's done on the economy. I think people do say the unemployment rate is low, but there's so many other factors out there. And the bottom line is people are paying more and getting less. And even if the unemployment rate was 0, I think people are kind of missing out on the few $1,000s they've been squeezed out of over the past couple of years. Now, of all the key issues with these swing state voters, Trump has a massive advantage on immigration, the economy, and crime. He's better on U.S.-China relations, guns, the Russia-Ukraine war, regulation of tech companies, infrastructure, housing, and even labor and unions. That one I'm surprised by. But Biden has a small advantage on education and schools, Social Security and Medicare, democracy, healthcare, abortion, and by far his biggest advantage is on climate change. So even on abortion, that's the big issue for Democrats. It's true that's an advantage for Biden, but when you compare it to the other issues with these swing state voters, it seems to be a little bit less important. Here's another potential boon for Biden. Solid majorities of swing state voters say the federal government should play a major role in reducing the cost of medicine and building infrastructure. So if Trump just comes out there and focuses on the free market or going all in on public-private partnerships, that could end up being an unpopular position. Now let's go down to the individual states. So these states represent 93 electoral votes. Biden won 6 out of the 7. He lost North Carolina last time. Trump has to win at least 4 of these states. So again, across all 7, Trump is at 47, Biden is at 43. 4 say they would not vote and 6 don't know. So we go alphabetically. Arizona, Trump is up by 4, 47 to 43. Georgia, that's Trump's best state. He's up by 5, 48 to 43. Michigan, it's dead even at 44. Nevada, Biden up by 3, 46 to 43. North Carolina, Trump up by 4, 47 to 43. Pennsylvania, Trump up by 1, 46 to 45. And Wisconsin, Trump edges it out by 2, 46 to 44. Basically, they're all toss-ups. Surprisingly, Georgia seems like that's Trump's best state. That one has certainly drifted toward the Democrats, but anything could always happen. The voters who would not vote or don't know, they could change their mind. They could all break one way or the other, and Biden could easily win all these states. Or they could go the other way, and Trump wins them all easily. I always say there's a lot of time left, but I do like these comprehensive looks at the key states. And this is not at all the only poll we've seen that has Trump in the lead, but we've got another bright spot here for Biden. He is leading with swing state suburban women by 5 points, even though those same voters say they trust Trump more on the economy by 8. So maybe that ends up being significant, maybe it doesn't. Now, another thing we don't really know yet is how third parties and independents are going to factor into this race. It's too early to know yet, but we're going to start to get some polls with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Cornel West in it. They started this poll before Kennedy announced his independent run, but of the swing state Biden voters, only 29% view Kennedy favorably compared to 46% of Trump voters. With Cornel West, 16% of Biden voters view him favorably, only 8% of Trump voters do. So there's really no way to predict what's going to happen. You kind of got to expect the unexpected. Sometimes things stay the same until they don't. Trump does have a lot of baggage. That could easily come back to hurt him as the election drags on. But Biden is also weak. If he has to get out there and do some serious campaigning, I don't know how that's going to look. I'm sure he's probably going to get a bunch of celebrities out there. We've seen that before. before. I usually think that doesn't really have much of an impact, but that's an overview of this morning consult poll. One other thing we could do is take a look at this pollster and see what their reputation is. So we can get on 538 for that. They've got a B minus, sounds pretty good. If we take a look at their bias, we can see there's a lot more blue dots on the left side. That means they're definitely favoring the Democrats more often. And if we look at the individual polls from the recent midterms, they did do some generic ballot polling. Their final poll had Democrats up by 5, Republicans won by 2.7. That's a 7.7% error in favor of the Democrats. That is fairly significant. If we glance at 2020, they do have a lot of misses on here. In Florida, they had Biden up by 6. They underestimated Trump by 9.5. They did get Colorado pretty spot on, very slightly even underestimating Biden there. But in Wisconsin, they overestimated Biden by 12.7. That is a very significant error. I don't even know how you could be off by that much. But you can look at the rest of these. It's not the best pollster out there, but maybe next time they get it right. We're only going to know in hindsight. But I think taking a look at these 7 swing states all in one poll, I think that makes it easy to see where things are at. And there's going to be a lot more coming. Some of them are going to be right. Some of them are going to be wrong. We'll see what happens, but let me know in the comments. What do you think about this poll? Is Trump actually in a decent position? Or in a year from now, are things going to be different and the undecideds end up breaking for Biden? How about this pollster morning consult? Do you trust any of their data or do you completely dismiss it? And which of these 7 swing states are you most surprised by? Let me know down below. On your way out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join if you'd like to support the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.